we're back, everyone. Welcome to Rumble and Roar. And if this is your first time, I'm Lanoria, and this is Shaina.
Hey.
And this is our podcast, Rumble and Roar. And we're going to dive right in. I am not going to even try to say today's topic is, because she hates when I do that. So I ain't going to do that. But I just want to say, I heard somebody say this and I was like, that is so good and so real. So we're going to have to talk about that.
Okay.
They say happy people aren't hating and hating people aren't happy.
Exactly.
Girl, green with envy. That's what that is. Green with envy, right?
That's the topic for today.
That's the topic for today. Well, you know, as long as I've lived, of course, you've seen a whole bunch of jealous people.
Okay.
People just don't want to get their own lives because they want your life. I know it sounds bad, and people who just not happy with themselves. And I just look at these kind of people, Shaina, and I'm thinking, I actually look at myself, you know, how could I try to be, do you know it take a lot of energy just being you?
It definitely does.
Being the best of you. Because let me tell you, I wear a lot of hats.
You do.
And being me, it's effortless because it's me. Mm-hmm. And I know, you know, I'm not trying to be fake, I'm just trying to do it. But that's a lot of energy, and it's energy that is okay, and it's good energy. But trying to be someone else, that's some serious energy that is not, first of all, it's not necessary, and why?
Well, to me, you have to think about it like this. So people that are on the outside looking in, they don't see the work that you put in. They don't see the hard times. They don't see you cry. They don't see you struggle.
Did you say cry?
Yes.
Woo. They
don't see any of that. They see, oh, she getting to the money. She can go and buy this. Her and her family just went on vacation. That's what they see. No one sees what it took for you to get there. So, and what God has for you is for you.
It's for you.
And it'll never work for somebody else.
It won't. And do you know that you can see straight through? Why people don't realize that when you're trying to be someone else or be like someone else, people can see that.
You're going to stress your own damn self.
You're going to stress yourself, first of all. But do you think people can't see that you are working hard? You're trying hard to be something that we can see that it's not you. Mm-hmm. Because when something is, when it's just you and it's just you, I don't even know another word to say for it. When it's just you, it comes natural, it comes smooth. It's just like, oh well, hey, it is what it is. It's me, take it or leave it. But you're trying to be like me, and you're acting like it is what it is, take it or leave it, when you know that's not even your demeanor, it's not who you are, and you are trying to talk like somebody, walk like somebody. It's like, good God Almighty, what are you doing? Do you not know that people can see that? And some people, they really act like people can't see that.
What they don't realize is that you prayed for this. You manifested this. You have put in all the work that you need to put in order for your prayers to be answered. And they were answered because this is for you.
Okay.
This is where you should be. So people can try and want to be you, but again, these people are just looking at things from the outside. Again, they see the glitz, the glam, and the outcome, but they don't see the actual work that
the pain, the tears, the stand up at night, the being afraid because you're not sure, and then sacrifices, and then the fear. It's just a scary thing, and you're losing people as you try your best to try to have something in this life.
But are you really losing people?
It's a good loss, I guess. I mean, you are losing them, But it's a good loss because you're like, wait a minute. I've known this person forever. I've known this person all of my life. And here I am working hard and trying. And when I tell you I wake up every day and my head has so many thoughts and so many things going on. And I have to write down as soon as I get up before I forget. Oh, I better do this, I better do this, better do this, do this. And I'm making it look like it's effortless and make it look like it's
right.
But girl, baby, it's like, damn, I can't get it together. But and then you when people see it, it's like they just feel like it's not a big deal. But they're trying to be like you. Mm-hmm. Have you ever known anyone who will, whatever you're doing, they wait until you're done doing it, then they start doing it, and they'll act like you've never done it, and they were the first ones doing it. Mm. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't experienced that personally, but I've seen that happen to people. And it's like, and even what you're doing, like now you're the expert, and you're trying to tell me how I should run what I'm doing, but yours haven't worked out. Matter of fact, you're not even doing that no more.
I remember, no lie, and if she's watching this, or when she does watch this, because I know she will, one of my daycare parents, she said, Bertram, you are not going to believe, I had a friend, this is unbelievable, but Shaina, it happened, and I can't make this shit up. She said, girl, I told a friend a story about, and I cannot remember verbatim what the story's about. She was like, I told my friend this story, and I was just talking and telling her this, that, and XYZ, and she said, you would not believe. I guess she forgot that I had told her the story. Shaina, I hollered. When you say I exhaled all of my air, because I was like, you lying. She said, no, but I'm not lying. I thought it was so funny because I was like, don't nobody get that wrong, that crazy. I exhaled all my air. I was laughing so hard I hollered. She said, she sat back and told me the same story I told her. And she was telling me as if it was her story and that it was, I said, now that's kind of scary.
Now that I have had happen to me.
Really?
Yes. Like,
that's crazy as fuck.
Yes. I definitely had it happen to me. Like somebody.
Then that shit must be normal, but I've never. That's crazy.
Especially if it's like a good story. They
who the fuck make up somebody else's story?
Girl, they get into it. I be
that
like,
is
the
insane.
Hell, I told you that shit. And I tell them. I hope your friend told them. I be like, bitch, I told you that.
Okay. Well, then I'm glad that it happened to you because I swear, I promise you, when she told me that, I looked at her, I said, stop lying. But I was laughing so hard because I couldn't believe that somebody told the same story. And it's like, who does that?
Girl.
But I have sat back and I'm just looking at people now. Because when you get a certain age in life, you really do, you just look at everything.
You have to.
You pay attention to everything, analyze, dissect. When you look at somebody, you're starting to, you can almost, it's sort of like, I'm not sure if you can remember back in the day, there was this movie called The Bionic Man. Okay. You remember how he get his bionic eye and he could
No, I remember moving now.
Okay, but anyway, okay, or even a computer where they can, or you put something on your eyes and you can go all the way down like an MRI and see the person's whole body. It's like, oh my gosh, you can just look and see this person being someone else.
Yes. But I want to go back to when you said that as you get older, like you lose people. You can be friends with somebody for 20 years, but once you get to a certain place in your life, if that person is not trying to be in that same space, it's not a loss. It don't even have to end like, oh, bitch, I hate you. I don't hate you. I wish you the best. You're just not what I need in my life right now.
Exactly, but why can't it end like that? It always ends with you're feeling mad or angry or disappointed or whatever the case may be, it's a negative thing. It's not a positive thing. They're not. It's like, okay, well, I can see that you are doing your thing and you're climbing. And I often hear, when I'm listening to celebrities tell how they climbed and how they got to certain places, and they always say it's lonely at the top. It's lonely as you go up. You're losing the friends. I even hear, who was it? Was it Creflo Dollar or T.D. Jakes or one of the spiritual? I cannot remember who it was. However, they were like, look, you're going to lose a lot of people, but don't feel like it's a loss. It's actually, it's your gain, because you know that you're going to a place where they cannot go. And why do I look at it as a loss though?
I think because at the end of the day, it does hurt you.
It feels like a loss because you like those people.
And if this person has been like one of your oldest friends, now maybe not your best friend, but definitely one of your oldest friends, and you guys have come this far, why can't we continue? So it does feel like a loss a little bit, but at the end of the day, you have to just sit back and be like, I'm not the one that's losing. I watched the movie, I can't think of, Jump in the Broom.
Yeah.
And the guy that was supposed to be, he was in the wedding party, but he wasn't the best man. And he was like, you really mad because you're not my best man. But when I got promoted at my job and I threw a party, everybody came. Did you come? No, because you don't like white people, or something he said like that. And he was like, the friend said, money changed you. He said, no, my money changed you. That's what it is. You started feeling some type of way because I elevated. Yes, I have a different type of friends. Yes, I might have certain friends that, I know I can't bring this friend around these people.
Right.
Like, it just is what it is. Like, I love this friend to death, but, you have to have separate circles for where you're trying to elevate yourself to.
Yes.
So, and it just is what it is. Like, if your friends can't act right, leave their ass at home. It's no ill intentions. This is just what it is. So when you're elevating, and especially if you come into money, and which is what we're all trying to do, we're all trying to figure out ourselves and figure out what's going to make us money without us having to work the damn death.
Yes.
And if your friends, your true friends,
is it really your friend?
That's what I was going to say. I don't want to say that word.
Is it really your friend when you get to where? Because if you see your friend working their ass off, I didn't say butt, I said ass, and I don't try to curse too fast.
You said the F word last time. I was going to say, girl.
Yes, they're working their ass off to get something out of this life. And you see it. And then you start acting a certain way because a tad bit of accomplishments, you're seeing their accomplishments, but you're not there. Why is it, are they really your friend if y'all can start like this? We're right beside each other. And then, a couple of years later, not just me, anyone has rose a little bit higher because they're working. They're working to get there. So they're here. And so, okay, they're here, you're here. And you're still okay because it's not that far. You can still, But now they're here and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. But they're working and they're trying to make it happen. And you are like, oh, you ain't got time for me no more. You're not really a friend, or instead of saying, wait a minute, I see what they're doing, because they're still including you. They're saying, girl, look,
they're trying to show off.
Look, girl, I got this going on. Tomorrow I got to do this. Tomorrow they do, and they're telling you every single thing, just like they were at first. And you were like, girl, I know, you can do it, you can do it. That's what they saying at first. But now that they're starting to see something might happen. It's like, oh, you too busy now. So what is that?
I think that they are your friend, but they're mad at themselves because they haven't figured it out. They haven't figured out what they want to do with their life. Even if your ideal thing is, I'm gonna work my 9 to 5 and that's me, that's what I'm gonna do, cool. But you can't feel no type of way because I'm out here doing what I'm doing, and I'm elevating now, because now it's going to a whole nother level. Either you can come to this level with me, which I'm not going to leave you behind. Like, you my friend.
Right.
I'm not going to leave you behind, but I'm not going to be your mom.
Right.
So what I can do, once I get into a position where I can put you in a position, I would definitely do that. If I see that you have been supporting me this whole time, I'm gonna put you in a position. Let me go back. So what's his name? Derrick Rose, basketball player. One of his best friends, when he got signed for his NBA deal, he got his friend a deal with Nike, making $250,000 a year. This is what it means to bring your friends on. But again, I have to be in a position.
But I bet you his friend wasn't like, when he got up there, he was like, well, your money done changed you. I bet you his friend didn't do that, because in order for him to bring his friend to Nike like that, his friend was probably still sitting there supporting and all of that.
But anybody who says that money changed you, they dumb as hell. Because yes, my money changed me. I am eating lobster today. I wasn't eating lobster yesterday.
Because I couldn't afford lobster.
Exactly. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Money did change me, but it didn't change where I'm from, who I love, or the type of person that I am. It has elevated me to be in a room with different types of people, so I can network with those people. And if you're not trying to be there as well, then oh well, you have to let those people go. Like, girl,
I just wonder what's in the minds of people that do that, because I've always been the damn one that's working hard, working hard, and so I always try to put myself in other people's shoes to see why a certain person is thinking a certain way. So, but I can't put myself in the shoes of someone that has done something and accomplished something really, really big and good, and I envied them or whatever. I have always been so happy. I just been happy. It's like, shit, you did that. And I'll say, how did you do that? Help me. I want to get there. You know, right. I'm that kind of person.
And that's how you should be able to be with your friends. If you have a person that you can't have those conversations with, or let's say, okay, you're doing great in whatever business you're doing, and one of your friends, you have a conversation with them, like, well, what do you want to do? That should be your first question to them. If they don't damn know, that's not to say we're gonna cut off our friendship, right. But yeah, you gotta step it up.
But I that right there, a lot of people don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, but once you're to a certain, so right now, in this day and age, we're at a time where you can literally make money doing anything. Right. So if you're not trying to get out here and get this money, that's a problem in itself. It's not a problem to say we can't be friends, but we definitely can't be friends if you're gonna look at me elevating and you just gonna sit here thinking I'm just gonna bring you along for the damn ride.
Don't even want to support. When you tell them something about it, it's like, oh, I don't even want to hear about that. It's a brag. It's not a brag. You're my friend. I'm just trying to tell you shit. I ain't got nobody else to tell, but It's all good. I'll keep it to myself. I remember, I don't know who said it, but they said it's lonely the further you get to the top. And I was like, okay, it is only because if somebody, and they said that's what it was. I don't know if I saw it on Facebook. I don't know where. It says, is at the top, it's not that crowded because it's not that many people there. It's crowded at the bottom, and everybody love everybody, and everybody good to go because you're down there with them. But once you further get up there, it's not so crowded.
Right.
Because, and I just, all I know is I don't understand. I want to understand this. How can people just try to be? I could not. No, let me make it clear. Because I was gonna say, how can people just want to be you? And they're doing everything you're doing, and because they might even have a little bit more money and trying to do it on a higher scale or level, and act like you didn't do it at all. It's like you didn't even have the brain to be able to think of it. You got that idea from me, and you did it a little bit better, and now you're acting like I don't know nothing about it. It's like, you're pitiful. Everything you do, I can go down the line of everything you've done, and everything you've done, you watch someone else or me do it. Now, I'm going to say, that's what we do. That's how you grow.
But
Like you can't be the smartest person in the room.
Right.
You'll never grow. So somebody got to be smarter than you.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Jay-Z, Beyonce, the Smiths, Will Smith, them, and Denzel on their families. And I look at them and I was like, okay, I see that they're doing things, Air Jordan. I can see how they go together and have companies and stuff. And I can say in my head, I want to do certain things like them so I can get it.
Right.
But I cannot be exactly like them.
Right.
I can't be them.
Right.
I can do what they're doing.
But guess what?
I
I
got
got sue the hell out your ass.
No, and I got to have it my own way. Do you know, people always tell me, it's so funny. And I just look at them, Shaina. I just look at them like this. And I can't do anything but just go, oh, okay. But now that I'm older, I have to be honest. Girls would always say, if I say something, and I say girls because real women know that, hey, no matter what you say, what you do, it still takes a lot. Grass is not always greener on the other side. I'll tell them my profession. I'm a daycare provider owner. Oh, that's what I want to do. I want to babysit and I want to keep kids.
See?
I had to get in character. I have to say it like it comes to me so you can know. Just like that.
Yeah.
That's what I've been wanting. I always want to open a daycare. I wanted to keep kids, and I think that would be really good because I love kids. I got like 9. And I'm looking like almost embarrassed. I don't know why I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed.
I don't know why I'm embarrassed, but I be looking at them, and I really don't know what to say. I want to be a babysitter. First of all, I'm not a babysitter. Babysits mean you get some popcorn, you sit on the sofa, and you watch TV, and you wait till that parent pick you up and give you a little change at the end of the day. A daycare provider is on a higher scale, being quality rated and actually providing for that child with teaching and nutrition and meals and the whole kit and caboodle. But I'm not going to go into my other. But when I tell you, I just look at them and be like, Lord have mercy. But Shaina, I don't understand why people think that they could be you. And like I tell them, and I have to be honest with them, I say, look, being a daycare provider, because I have to correct them. I ain't no babysitter.
Right.
Being a daycare provider takes a lot. It takes a special person within the heart.
Yes.
And you could be a billionaire and have gold floors, diamond walls, diamond chandeliers, everything. It could be the cleanest place ever. And when they walk in, if they look at you and you open your mouth and you're talking to them and they don't have a good feeling about you, they're not going to stay with you. So you can't just say what you want to be. You got to know that, what's what. You're saying that because you think that when I said it to you, that it's easy. And you listen to other people and you see a lot of other people doing it, but you don't have a clue of what they go through to do that.
And deal with different, like every kid is different, deal with different parents.
Yeah, that's...
Let me say this. So, I have 2 kids. My kids are 12 years apart. I have only had 2 people ever to provide daycare for my kids. When my daughter was a baby, my aunt babysat her.
Oh, that was family. That's
right.
family.
My aunt babysat her. I think she started coming to you when she was 2. She was here, of course, until she was 5, and she went to school. And my son has been here since he was old enough to come. But when you're looking for someone to care for your kids and care about your kids and really take interest in teaching your kids and loving your kids as if they're your kid.
And then you can feel that.
Yes.
You can feel that as a mother when you go to work or when you drop that baby off. You can feel, sometimes you can be, oh, my baby is not, You be at work, you worried. You're like, I'm not sure. I need to pull him out that daycare. You know when you're uneasy, unhappy, or whatever. And then you know when that person is a good person,
right? Because
your heart is at ease.
And when you drop them off, like when they can't talk and they're younger kids, when you drop them off, if they're just like, oh my God, like little babies, they're just like, oh, I don't want to stay. You can tell when your kids don't want to be in a certain place. Or you can tell when they just, BS and they just like, I just want to kind of go with you. Like how Jace is now.
Right.
But, you will know if your kid is not being cared for because kids know when they're uncomfortable or they feel some type of way like that. And my son can talk, but he'll definitely say something like, yeah, I ain't really like that, but
right.
So it's very good when you can find someone who's very passionate about what they do, and they actually love what they do. They're not just doing it because it makes money.
But those haters, the haters that be trying to do like happy people aren't haters. You know what? I don't care what nobody say, what they do. Well, I do care what you do. Don't complain. But I don't care what you say because I'm happy. I am. I know what I know. I got my husband. I got my children. I got my home. I got my business. I am pretty much. I'm good. I'm good. I really am happy. I try to stay in my lane. I do care about people.
Yeah.
I want everybody to be okay, I just don't want anybody to come and try me or act stupid because stupid can come out of everyone. However, but I consider myself as a happy person. But those hating people aren't happy.
They're not happy, and they're not happy with themselves and where they are in life. So when they
ain't happy with you either,
right? So when they see that you're
doing something, breaking your back to get something, they're not happy for you because
they're not seeing you breaking your back. They're just seeing you elevate, and they're like, "Damn, why that couldn't be me?" Like they feel like it just happened for you overnight. You woke up today, and the Lord just blessed you, and now you just no. That is not what happened. It took a lot for me to get where I am, and you have no idea. You don't even have the work ethic to
do what I'm doing.
And that's why when they try to do what you're doing,
it never how do you say it never manifests. It never go better.
Exactly.
Because it won't that's not for you. Stop trying to do what somebody else do and then you wanna, it'll last a good 3 or 4 seconds and you're like, wow, it's taking too much energy, it's too much, I'ma stop. You shouldn't have started it in the first place. It wasn't in your heart. It wasn't for you. You wanted to do it because somebody else was doing it. And now you're looking like a real fool because you put all of this into it to try to look like something, and everybody on the universe can see straight through you. Straight through you. This podcast here, it takes a special person to sit here and talk to someone.
It takes, in order for you to have a conversation, period.
Yes.
Like I can go and just, I can say hi to people, but
girl, boom.
People can start a conversation with me and I'll be like, why the hell are you talking
Why are you looking at me, first of all? Why are you looking? Don't even look this way. Don't keep...
You know we don't talk.
Right.
But
I don't know you.
Yes. So everybody can't do a podcast. Like everybody can't just sit and talk. Our podcast be like, what? An hour long? Like people cannot just sit there and have a conversation, a genuine conversation. It's not forced. This is just what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes we do have like our notes and our computers because
I want the facts. I want to make sure. Yeah.
When we're talking about different subjects,
otherwise
we have to have facts. Then boom, and that's what makes this one good because
I was just about to say we don't have
nothing. We are literally just having a conversation.
I didn't even notice that.
Exactly. Like, we and that's what's so good. But again, everybody can't do what you do, and what's for them is what they have to figure out. So
what if they don't ever figure it out and they're in their 50s and over 55 and going on 60?
And they don't have to. So again, if you have realized that your regular 9 to 5 and what you do is for you, that is fine. But in order to continue to be my friend, either you're going to be happy for me and genuinely happy for me, or you can live your life and I'm going to live my life.
And I'm gonna still love you.
I will.
I'm gonna still love you, but
I will.
the energy that I am trying to go for is positive, because positive energy is so powerful and it'll lift you. And then it only take one demon seed to come in with some negative vampire sucking energy to say something negative, and then you are doubting yourself about something, and when that should have never been in your daggone lane. Run them over. Negative stuff will run them over in your lane. But I just wanted to just really briefly talk about that, because I and it's not happening to me, because I am just like, okay, do you, boo? It doesn't matter. But I've seen a lot of people who are doing pretty good. They're doing really good, and I'm watching someone else trying to be them, and it's like, stop.
I feel like at the end of the day, you know, when you're raising kids, people say it takes a village. It takes a village to do anything. Because if I'm starting a business, I'm going to need my village to. And that's another thing. When you're starting a business, especially like when you're selling something.
Oh, wait. Okay.
When you're selling something, people you don't know support you more than people you do.
My goodness. If you don't say that that again.
The people you do not know, like, you could just be advertising, you're getting more sales from that than people you know. And what's crazy to me is it just be so weird, because your friends be
it's sad, because they don't want to support you, because they don't want to see you do better. They really don't.
You know, somebody.
So those the people are in the street that don't know you, when they hear something, they're like, wait a minute, that's pretty cool. They support you, but your friend, they know it's pretty cool,
right?
But they're like,
they haven't bought shit.
They don't want to buy. They don't want to support. They don't want to do anything, because they know that, wait a minute, if I support, she's gonna get higher. She's gonna do better, and if she do better, then I'm gonna look like this, and I'm sitting here and I'm not doing anything. So. Yeah.
And see, I can't see the views as far as, you know, the podcast, like who is viewing or whatever, but
I don't look at that.
Okay.
I have someone else looking at that. Okay. So you don't look at it either?
No.
That's good.
So I mean, when I go to the videos, I can see how many there are, but I don't know who
is who.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't know who is who, but right. I have somebody reading them, and then now let me correct. They will read them first, and then they'll say, okay, you can read them. Okay. If it's something bad, they're like, Okay. No, they don't even want me to read it, because I don't have time for that. Because I'm going to continue to be the same way, and I'm going to stay in my lane. And see, when you hear negative stuff, then it'll take you, it'll, send you to the left a little bit. But if you don't even engage in it, it's like, hey.
Yeah. So, initially, like, I'm telling people, okay, I want y'all to go look at this podcast, let me know what you think, blah, blah, blah. Of course, everybody is just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go check it out. So I had somebody ask me that a couple weeks ago, like, you still doing a podcast? Like, yes.
No, you only have like 10, 12 episodes under your belt right now, and they ask you that.
I told everybody about it just because I wanted to put that one introductory episode up. Like, that's all we did. Like, come on. Like, why don't you go and see?
It's okay. It's all right.
That type of stuff just bothers me. Like, or, somebody I told about, if I mentioned in the conversation, they're like, oh, I need to check it out. Like, you told me you did.
Yes! But you know what? All of that, we'll see it later, and we're going to laugh about it.
I'm laughing now. It is what it is.
No, but I like that real hard, deep laugh. You know that laugh that
brings
girl! When it comes from all the way from your toes,
right,
and all of the air come out your body like, that's how it's going to be. So, but I just wanted to ask you about it and see if you knew anyone that does that. And when I watch it, I'm like, this has got to be, do you realize that the energy that you're using to try to be like someone else, if you try to take your mind and your energy to think of something and come up with it and do your thing, then you'll be even more proud of yourself because it did come from you.
Right.
But you cannot, I know, I'm gonna speak for me. There is no way in the world that I could look at something you did and do the exact same thing. Even if I had more money than you, I did the exact same thing. And then I act like you weren't nothing. But I took all of your ideas and all of your things, and I'm doing it at just a tad bit on a different level. I switched it up. I changed one word in the song. And I'm gonna feel good about it.
Right.
I would feel like a hill. It's just no. Feel good about something that you did on your own. Let me tell you this story. I know it has nothing to do with this, but when you do stuff for yourself on your own, you just feel you feel very proud about it. You take care of it more because it's yours. Let me tell you this story. It might not be the right way, but I'm going to tell it the best way I know how. There was this man, and he was going to marry this woman. And the father said, go and build a house. And he said it was for him, the father. He said, go and build me a house. And you don't have to worry about the expenses because I'm gonna pay for everything. Just go and build it. It doesn't really matter, So he goes to Home Depot, he get the cheapest stuff. He get cheap stuff. That's for your father-in-law. Why not get the good stuff? But you went and got some cheap stuff. You threw that house together within, 3 or 4 months, real quick. And it was a big, nice house, but it was just with the cheap stuff and it was thrown together. So when he was finished, the guy went up to the father-in-law and said, I am done with your house, and I'm very proud of it. Me and my man, we got it done within 2 or 3 months or whatever, and so they rushed it, but we think you're gonna really like it. So the father-in-law was like, well, thank you. All right then, all right. So he gives him the kid, the guy, the man, give the keys to the father-in-law. The father-in-law grabbed the keys and he looked at him. He says, well, son, I was really giving this gift to you as a wedding gift. That house that you built is for you and my daughter. Here you go. His damn mouth went, right. You know why? Because he halfway did it because it was for someone else. Right. It wasn't for him. But I just told that story, but people are always trying, well, not people. Some people are always trying to be you. And you cannot be somebody else. Be who you are, right. And hey, it'll just work out better. Yeah. And you won't have to use as much energy. And you're just proud of what you do. He would have been really proud of that house because it would have been with the best wood, the best everything, and he was going to be ready to move in there, and he would have been okay, and he would have been good. Right. But now you looking and feeling like a hill because you put that cheap stuff in there and you threw it up there real quick because it wasn't for you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really, like I said, personally experienced any of my friends not being supportive, but again, I'm just now getting into my own business ventures, so it's not like, I mean, if anything, they were to support relationships, but at the end of the day, they would support your relationship. Yeah. So because I support relationships too, because at the end of the day, no matter what I say, if you want to be with that person, you're gonna be with that person. So I feel like either
I hope you tell them the truth.
Well, I mean, if it's something that's going on, something that I've personally seen, like, yeah, you probably don't want to mess with that person, then yes, I will express that. But if you're just like, oh, I met this guy, such and such and such, okay, girl, I'm happy for you. Do your thing. But as soon as you tell me something negative about that person, I don't want you to come back to me.
And then say, oh, it's okay, we're doing good. Not think that you're going to think negative.
Let's say, okay, you come to me like, girl, he beat my ass the other day. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. We need to call the police, or you need to go over there and shoot him a couple times. Whichever one you choose to go with. If you're not going to do none of those, don't ever come back to me and tell me anything about this guy. If you decide you want to go back with him, that is y'all business. I don't want to talk about him ever again because I've already given you my opinion on him. I'm not doing it. So anytime you try to bring this man
that
up,
love thing,
and that's
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. What I'm saying is, if you've asked my opinion once and I've given it to you, I'm not saying take my advice. But if he beat your ass again, don't come tell me he beat your ass again. I don't give a shit.
Right. It's like what? Wait,
I don't care. We knew if he beat your ass once, he was gonna beat your ass again. They always be like, "Oh, I'll never do it again." Girl, he gonna beat your ass again. Stop playing. So if you decide as a woman you still want to deal with that, that is your business, and I never ever want to hear about him again. And I would expect the same. Me and my friends, we know we you know.
How many friends do you have? I don't have many.
I have a good handful of actual friends. Friends that I've known since I was baby, to grown ups.
Wouldn't it hurt you to your core if one of them ever just wasn't happy for you?
I'm different.
I know.
I'm different.
Yes,
so,
you are. You be like, oh well.
Yeah, it wouldn't completely hurt me. It would just show me how I need to
Of course, it'll
move.
show everyone, but it's
Yeah.
like it's still. If you've been with them and there's been a bond, and there has to be a bond if y'all been friends ever since grade school or whatever, and you're an adult now, and it's like, okay, you know this person, I'm sure you shared a lot of things together, and all of a sudden you are just like, really trying, and you just see a big difference in this person. It's like, okay, so you wouldn't feel.
I mean, honestly, I would feel some type of way, but it wouldn't bother me for more than a couple of seconds. I'd be like, damn, that's messed up. But other than that,
oh really?
Yeah.
And then what would you do?
Move the hell on, keep doing what the hell I need to do.
Oh, that's a given. You gotta get shit. You can't stop because there's tripping.
Right. They not bringing me no money because
I'm saying, what would you do with them?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have decided that you cannot be supported, you're not my friend at that point.
Okay, there
So
you go.
now-
That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Is that really your friend or what? And what do you do with the person and they are supposed to love you and they're supposed to, really care about you and stuff like that, and then you see them trying to do everything that you do, and it's like, wow, they wait until you're done with it, and then they start doing it, and then you can say, you know what? Where did you get such and such from? And they were like, well, you know that if you get them, it's gonna cost you this, and it's like, do you realize that I know this? I was just wondering, what do you do to that?
I mean, with those people, you can either, because again, what God has for you is for you.
I know that so very well.
So with those people, you can either keep them close and let them watch.
I've been doing that forever. And then they think that you really don't know. That's the thing that gets me. That's the thing that gets me with liars. When they tell you a lie and you're looking at them like this. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, are you stupid or something? Do you really think I believe you? And I be talking, oh yes, and smiling. I know, I understand. I get it. Absolutely. And I'm looking like, please, could a piece of lightning bolt come and knock you down? You know what I mean? Because you can see that they're lying, and I just let them know, and I let them think that you have lied to me and you got away with it, but I know you're lying.
But if it's somebody that you
love and you really don't want to say, okay, what's your damn problem?
You have to. If it's somebody that you love and this person is literally watching everything you do and they're trying to one-up you and do the same thing but just kind of one-up you what you're doing.
And watching you and say, no, I'm not seeing anything that you do. I didn't even watch it. And then they wind up doing the things that you're talking about on your podcast and stuff like that.
If you want to keep that person a part of your life, you will have to sit down with this person like,
nah, it's not even worth it.
I'm gonna call out all of that shit. Like,
it's not worth it.
So why are we keeping this person around?
You love them.
Shaina. I mean, at some point, love becomes a 4-letter word, baby. Because
it's all, yeah.
I mean, I love people who have hurt me. Like, I love them because this person. Like, I love them because I'm supposed to. Like, this person may be, a specific family member, but I will never personally deal with that person again, but I don't like if something happened to them, I'm still gonna be sad. Like, but I don't have to keep them a part of my everyday life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, people like that, and you see that this is what they're doing, girl. You better cut that shit out because
you gotta cut it short because what is it gonna do for you?
Or if you're watching them do what you're doing and they're self-destructing, sit back and watch the show.
I do.
Girl, sit back and
Every
watch
single
the
time
show.
I sit back and watch them do what I've done,
Get you some
and
popcorn.
they're I do, and a drink.
Oh.
I sit back and I watch them doing the same thing that I've done, and the thing is, they'll try to get their friend, so it's not my friend, so they because my friends will automatically know, Nick, you know daggone well that we did this, somebody else did it, you're
Right.
copying, you're copying whoever, your friend. You know that you were doing this,
Mm-hmm.
but no, they go get a whole brand new crew, so that crew can think that all of this is new when you have been copying.
Sure. It'll never work. And that's just what it boils down to. So it's like either you can decide, I'm going to cut this person out of my life. You don't even have to cut them out of your life. You have to decide your friends from your associates. Those are totally different people. Well, no, everybody, oh, that's my friend. My friend, such and such, my friend. I'll be like, even with Jayla, she'd be like, I want to go to my friend's house. Who's this friend?
That's kids. Grown people, adults.
No, grown people do that shit too.
Girl, I got one. I have one that I know of that's really, really cool. And I have associates that I call pretty good friends, but not even friends. Not even friends. No. Girl, no. Grown people don't just keep saying, that's my friend, that's my friend, that's my... No, they don't just call everybody their friend. Not grown people.
I don't know if people do this just not knowing it, but like they can introduce you to somebody. Like, let's say we go to a party. Oh, this is my friend such and such. This is my friend such and such. Yeah, no. I'd be like, this is such and such. I'm not, if we're not friends, I'm not going to friend you. I'm not going to introduce you as my friend because as soon as something goes left, the first thing on them said, no,
you said it was your
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not my friend. And to be my friend, like, again, my friends that are my friends, we have been friends for at least 15, 20 years. I have friends going back, like I said, since I was a baby, and I'm good and damn near 40. So those are my friends. Now, as far as my best friend, I'm going to say that Jayla is probably my best friend.
Oh, girl, you better say it. My
because,
daughter is my best friend.
And that's because
my second best
together.
friend is Denise. She's my friend. She's a friend.
Yeah, and me and my daughter grew up together. I had her at 20. She's going to be 17. Like, we grew up together.
Yes.
So that is my best friend. Now, I keep stuff. I can't tell her everything like you would have known her best friend because, again, she's a child.
Exactly. And you're her mom.
Right.
Yes.
So, but people like that, you just, again, you have to decide if you're still wanting them to be a part of your life and you still want to be able to invite them to stuff.
It's just,
you have to put them in the associate bucket. That's not your
But you
friend.
look at them and you're like, why? Why are you doing these things? Do you not think that I see? Because I keep a carefree, demeanor. Do you think I can't see what you're doing? You're fake as 5 left feet with holes in them. And another best friend. Can your sisters be your best friend?
Yes.
Because my sisters, now that my mom and my dad has passed, I find it that my sisters are my best friend.
I think that sisters and like your first cousins should be part of your best friend group.
Right. Best
now,
friend group.
as growing up, everybody just kind of it kind of like me and my sister. I could not stand my sister growing up, but again, we shared a room. I had a lot of siblings, so we shared a room. We did all the time, right? It's just sibling shit. It wasn't like, I don't like her, but me and my sister are really good today. I don't really know my best friends, but we cool.
Yeah.
But my cousins, like my first cousins, I wouldn't even say they're my best friends, but definitely people that I tell everything.
Right.
Pretty much a best friend.
That's a best friend.
Yeah.
That's a best friend.
Yeah, I think that your cousin, your first cousins, because cousins get kind of second, third, it'd be too much. First cousins, who you grew up with, the ones who when you came to grandma's house, they was at grandma's house.
Right.
Yeah.
But some of them ain't that
your
shit.
siblings. Yeah. Because once you get grown,
Yeah, when you
everybody
get grown,
now.
you see them.
Right. And
I
now
see you,
see
liar.
With grown up eyes.
Yes, yes.
We saw everything with
Yes.
kid eyes.
Yes.
And girl, we found out some family secrets, and I be like, what the? Where was y'all hiding this?
That's a whole nother podcast. Family secrets.
Yeah.
Since oh. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that again, putting people in the bucket they need to go in, whether they're your friend, they're your associate, or they're somebody you're gonna cut off completely.
Do you ever feel lonely? That you have nobody?
Mm-mm.
No? That's so good.
I mean, I have a lot of.
So good.
I have kids, and then I have and you know my son. My son is not gonna let me feel.
Oh, I know.
He's not. Like, even if I try to pretend like there's nothing going on with me, Jay's be knowing. I'll be like, damn, what the hell? Who told him? The Lord. The Lord sent Jace to me to everybody, not just me, because everybody that meets Jace be like, Jace has the same effect on everybody. So,
but you know the thing is, you sitting here talking about Jace. I know Jace. You know Jace.
Mm-hmm.
And people will probably think that we're saying things to boost him because we know him and that he's a part of us and that we love him. But I feel so deep in my soul that Jace is going to be someone that Denzel Washington said that I think it was his grandmother, said that, baby, you are going to have an impact on a lot of people's lives. And you're going to speak to a lot of people and they're going to love you. I feel that same way about Jace. And I'm not feeling this way because Jace is I ain't feeling this way because Jace actually, he can feel when you're not feeling well. You ain't got to open your mouth. Yes. You don't have to do anything. And then he'll come and he'll either hold you or he'll sit right next to you. Just like, okay, I know you're going through something. I don't know what it is, but I don't know what to say to you. But I want you to know I'm right here. Like God, I'm right here. I will never leave you.
That is not bad. That's why I'm like, it could have been so many times, in between me having kids, like I said, they're 12 years apart, that I could have had kids. And for Jace to be here, Jace has a whole purpose and
a reason.
Yeah.
A reason.
Like even certain stuff, if I'm feeling some type of way, he'll just be like, well, I'm sorry. And I'd be like, Jace, don't apologize. He'll just say he's sorry. He just apologized like, well, I'm sorry for whatever it is. I'm just gonna tell you I'm sorry. But that little baby he was sent to us. I'm not even gonna say to me. He was sent to us because he has that effect on everybody.
Somebody watching this podcast will see him later in life and see that he does have an impact on the world, and they're gonna be like, those two ladies on Rumble and Roar said that. And
he want to be on Rumble and Roar so bad. Oh my God, that baby want to come on this show.
I know. You should see him in the daycare. He see a lion or he see a tiger. It's like Rumble and Roar. I'm like, all right. So we're gonna have to bring him on here one day.
Yes, little baby.
But so I just really, this podcast here was really pretty much I don't even want to say it was an event.
It was an event.
Because I just really, I don't understand people, but it's not for me to understand because everybody is different and God made everybody different. So, but
I think that whenever you have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of different activities, and you're trying to do a lot with your life, this is God's way of showing you who is coming with you. And you can either accept it or you can dwell on it. But the best thing to do and the less stressful thing to do is to go ahead and accept it. This person is not supposed to be coming with me.
Joyce Meyer said that.
I don't even know who that is, but
okay,
we the same girl.
it's I see her every morning at 7:00 on Lifetime, and she's so real. She's so real. She has a testimony, a real serious story.
Oh, she is me.
Yes, and when I tell you, she says that she's like, look, there are some friends that we've had from day one, but we don't have them now because they just didn't see the vision that we had.
And
It's
you
not-
don't
it's
stress
not-
yourself out trying to figure out why this person is doing what they're doing, girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Happy people aren't hating. Hating people aren't happy.
That's what it is. That is what it is. If they're genuinely happy for you, they're going to be happy for you, and they're going to be there every step of the way. They may not be able to make every event, but if they can't make none of the events, come on.
And it's not even making the events. To me, it's what you say, what you do, how you're doing it, how you're interested, whatever. Because me, if you got your new business coming in. That's right. I forgot. You have a new business. How many times have you had to tell me about it? Once. How many times have I been fucking asking you about it every morning? When you going? Yes. And I just forgot about that. I'm so glad I remembered it before. Listen, I am so happy for you. I pray for you. I want this to be good. I'm going to help. I'm going to push. I'm going to see what I can do.
Yeah. And that's
I am
friends
not
are
afraid
supposed
of
to
what
do.
you doing. I don't care. I want you to get it. And that's what people do.
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about.
And see, but what you said was, you said, I'm thinking about what you say. I don't care about what nobody say. It is your actions for me. Yeah. You can talk me to death. Oh, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you. Yeah, no. Until I see this is what you did for me, or this is what you did to help me. Because what helps me could help you. I could be sitting here like, oh, you brought me this business, so I'm part of like this percentage of my business. I'm going to dedicate to you
or I just want to give you something because I know you were there. You were there for me. You did this in order for me to get this.
And see, what I did was I sent out several flyers for the business, and I put a specific promo code on it, so I'll know who brought this business in. I'm giving that person 5%.
Oh, wow.
5% of however many orders they bring in, however many orders I get, they're using this promo code. Boom, I am sending you 5%. I know 5% is not a lot, but that should add up.
Jayla, your daughter must be thinking about me. Shaina, we're going to have to, once you get it launched and off, we're going to have to say what it is, because I remember at our introduction, you said, I have my business in the makings, and I don't want to say anything, but because you said that I'm going to wait until it gets off the ground. It's off the ground now. So I think that maybe, I don't know what podcast you want to think about saying it, but you need to let our viewers know that you are starting XYZ, and maybe they probably would know someone. As a matter of fact, I think we need to think of a topic to talk about that, and then you add that in there.
I was just gonna say, when you just said that, I think that we should do a whole
segment,
Black-owned businesses, and dedicated to that. We're gonna pick pick the ones that we either know or ones that we can find, and we're gonna introduce them, and we're gonna introduce our own. But we will save that for another day.
Okay.
But it's coming.
Okay. Well, until then, always feel the rumble
and listen to the roar, and we will see y'all next week.
Thank you for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.